Time to drop the price on the junkyard cars in North Alabama. Junkyard Life came back out to see Mr. Brooks and get an update on his car. I know we were here about a year ago, a little over a year.
Yeah.
And what's your price?
That's $1 million, and we come down from there if somebody's really, really serious.
And you took us on a tour, and you were ready to liquidate the assets here, all these vehicles that have been here in this junkyard. It's been closed since 1979.
That's correct. We just wanted to clarify that the $1 million, that's a wish price.
And nobody come up with it yet.
It's
so
not set in stone, I'm telling you.
So this is going to be your Black Friday sale.
That's right, this is a Black Friday.
A little late because we're close to Christmas, but
well, it's the Friday before Christmas.
So who wants a few hundred old cars under the tree? This could be your chance.
There you go. Tell your wife this is what you've been wanting all your life.
Well, you got any, you hadn't sold nothing since I talked to you?
No. We've been closed. We don't, you know, I've had several people kind of want to cherry pick, but I figure if anybody's interested in everything, it'd be a better deal than, a lot of people tell me, you ought to go down there and pick out something and put it on Facebook or Marketplace or something. And then just, I said, look, if I had time to do all that, it'd be a different thing, but I don't. It's going to have to be something that's equivalent or better than whatever the current steel market is, you know, crusher market, whatever. But we still would like to salvage them and not send them to the crusher if we can. But that's always an option. That's always going to be an option. And we're just looking for a decent offer, you know, something that we can live with.
Do we have a number of cars?
No, that was going to be my thing when it cooled off, is go through and number all the cars and maybe write down what most of them are, but I have not had time to do that.
Okay. Maybe I'll walk through and just do a quick head count. So we can throw a number on there at the end. Say you got this many hundred, and you can estimate. Now you got piles of scrap in here too. Does that go with it?
Everything, clean to the ground.
Old refrigerators.
Refrigerators, stoves, freezers, whatever's in here.
These are old. These are old from the 50s and 60s, these stoves I'm looking at right here.
Everything goes clean to the ground. We just want to get it out of here and get it back to its natural state.
All right, well let's see what we got, and we'll do a head count on here and put it in the video. Yeah, these weeds grew up.
As I tell people, I'm on this side of the hill. I've done climbed to the top, and I'm on the downhill side. Man, I didn't realize them weeds had went crazy like this.
Your father and his brother started this together in the
early 60s.
Early 60s.
B&B Auto.
And your dad got out of it. He was a mechanic, worked at Redstone Arsenal.
Right.
For a lot of years, and he passed away. And your mom, she don't want to see these cars crushed. It was your dad's love. He loved these old cars.
Right, it was his passion. He loved all these. He loved working on these old cars and fooling with them all the time. But since we talked the last time, my uncle, he passed away. He unfortunately had lung cancer and passed away. So it's down to just mother now, and she don't want to see them crushed, but they need to be something done with them. They're kind of a liability as long as they sit here like this. So I know we talked about last time $1 million, and that was just kind of a throw something out there thing. We'd be willing to work with anybody that would be willing to take them on and maybe do something with some of them at least. Some of them may only be fit to go to the crusher. I don't know, but there's a lot of good parts, a lot of stainless steel and chrome parts and stuff that would be still usable, still, if somebody was in the market for them, would be a good deal. But we need to do something about moving them, getting them gone. Mother's 93, and she's been the driving force on this for quite a while. She just hates to see them sit here and rust into the ground. And so do I. So we would be probably open for a good offer on them. You know, that's the main thing. The only way we'd be interested in doing it's all at one time. She don't want to see anybody open this up and try to use this as a junkyard, because she lives across the road and she don't want to. She don't want to sit and watch it all. Somebody else run it. She just wants to get rid of about everything at one time.
Right. So one price. You get all the cars, you move them. Property's gonna stay in their hands. They just want the cars sold off. There's a lot of keyboard warriors that commented on the video. Video's been seen all over the world. A lot of opinions.
Right.
And I didn't want that to hurt anybody's feelings, but some people, when they get online, they say mean stuff, and that's just the way it is out there.
Well, that's the way that's the way it is out there in the world where we video stuff and put out there. We put it out there for everybody to have opinion, I guess. And some of them didn't have a very high opinion of the stuff, but
one thing, they did get to meet you, and I think you are a character that I enjoyed my day. You were super kind. We were just lucky enough because of your uncle. I saw an ad on Marketplace and I talked to him, and this is how we got connected. So we owe a lot to him, and I'm really sorry to hear you passed away. And that's around a little before Thanksgiving. And,
right. He passed away right before Thanksgiving.
You know, somebody, you're thinking 60 plus years ago, two brothers started this, and there's a lot of classic pieces that are still here. This is the ultimate recycling. Like you got an old car that needs a part. His dad and his uncle are responsible. They're going to save some cars in the future because of what's out here. And
there are still some cars that are salvageable, some whole units that are salvageable, but like I said, there's a lot of good parts and stuff that people could use if they had a way to get to them. We just got to figure out how that needs to be done.
So this is North Alabama. We're south of Huntsville, so you have to factor that in. But send me an email. I will relay it, Mr. Brooks, and get y'all in contact. You know, serious inquiries. You know, he's not looking for $1 million, but he is looking for a decent number. He's not gonna $5,000 is not gonna buy all these cars. It's gonna have to be. And it could be a group of old hot rodders. You got a group of friends that, hey, 10 people go in together, say, look, I'll get 40, you get 40, and you know, figure it out that way. Maybe that'd be a way to attack it, because it's going to take some manpower.
It's going to take some manpower, and it's going to take some time. I'm not dumb. I know there's it's going to be a lot of work involved to get them out of this jungle of trees and stuff, and it's not going to be a one-day deal. It's going to be an ongoing thing. Maybe take 6 months. I don't know how long it'll take.
You'll give them a window, and then once they hit that window, you have to charge an incentive to get them moved, because he's got to say, look, if you don't pay by this date, get them all moved by this date, you're going to have to pay rent on the property, because that's just common sense. Because otherwise, you just let them sit. You won't get everything.
A lot of it will be, you know, if we get a good solid offer, then we'll work out the details on how long we would be willing to give for them to get them out of here. And there's 3 different lots, and some of them will be easier to move than these. Most of the rest of them don't have as many big trees. They haven't been sitting as long as these have.
But you have a lot of Studebakers. If there's a Studebaker fan, he's probably got one of those that you need.
Studebakers, Packard Clippers, 46, 47 Chevrolets. You know, those are some that are.
You got some really old trucks.
Yeah, got some old trucks.
And your one you drove in high school, that 50 Studebaker,
Studebaker.
That's an icon. I don't think you should let that one go. With,
well, I've thought about, you know, maybe pulling that and putting it somewhere and try to do something, redeem it myself.
Everything goes with that truck. You need to keep that one.
Yeah.
I want to twist his arm, so don't sell that one.
But we've got some old Chevys and GMCs, you know, old.
Yeah, General Motors Corporation written on the hood. That's before they changed the GMC. It was just
so there's a lot of stuff here. They just
that we found a 70 Chevelle. I think there's a 69 somewhere in here. So at one time you had goats to keep the snakes
we had
out.
goats. That didn't work out. I spent too much time chasing goats.
So if you want to get these cars before it's summertime again, and might cut down on snake bites, but
once you get in here and start making rackets, snakes will probably leave, maybe. It'd be better to do them before the spring when everything starts blooming out again.
how many acres do you think or have cars on it? If you could just, maybe that would help.
I'm gonna say there's 2.5 acres here in this lot. And then the other two combined is probably an acre, maybe. Might be an acre and a half, I don't know. So it'll be somewhere between 4 and 5 acres of cars. And they're pretty well jammed up. You know, they're not,
They're piled in here.
they're pretty tight.
Now, we never did look in that building. You don't have any prize in there? No split window Corvette stacked up?
No.
There won't any hidden barn find in there that we might have missed out.
No, there's not any 63 Corvettes or anything like that. If it had been, my brother would have already had them before he passed away. Because he was a Corvette and Chevy too, man, Nova man.
Yeah, you got a couple of those over there. I got my eye on that 66, the stick shift car over there.
He was 65, 66. Oh no, he was 66, 67 Chevy too, man, Nova man.
And you got a 63 Impala convertible 2-door over there. That's
Yeah, it's like the Pontiac.
Yeah, there's a couple of cars behind it. There's a Pontiac convertible, Catalina. You don't see that very often.
Right. I don't know how far you go to redo one. I guess it's how bad you want it. I don't know.
It's like a museum out here, that's for sure. It's a museum. Hey, your uncle was 90?
90 years old. Yeah. He would have been 91 if he'd have lived just another month or two, but he was closing in on 91 pretty good. But he's, like I said, he had enjoyed, I don't reckon he's ever been in the hospital. In my life, I don't ever remember him being in the hospital.
Do you take any daily medicines? Or he just stay healthy?
He just was healthy. Well, the one thing he always told me was water was poison. You need to drink coffee and beer. That's what killed. That's what killed. Now see, there's a tree that has took out some of them.
So he liked his coffee and beer.
Well, he did for a long time. I think he'd quit drinking the beer pretty much, but he was a coffee man. He drank a bunch of coffee. Little 64, looks like Fairlane. Done caught the tree, didn't stop it.
I did get an email about that Mazda, that blue car. Where is it at?
I think right up in there somewhere.
Guy from up north. I don't know if it's, I have to check, but he just wanted to buy that. He said, would he sell that? And I said, I don't think he's going to sell any.
We don't want to do that because that's going to, of course, that might be an option to do that and sell the ones that people really, the better ones, and then crush the rest of them. I don't know, but
and I'll check my email. I'll tell him that reply to that. But that's one of them Chevy 2s there. Yeah, that was sitting up in the air. I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, it's you. I didn't sneak it in. It's been here.
Are you sure? I must have overlooked it. And if you put all them together, you'd have.
See, I can count 25 right here without even turning around.
This is a stick shift car too. Let's see if that door opens. No, I don't want. But that being up in the air, that's good. Keep it up off the ground.
Yeah.
Was it SS? I see it had
I doubt it.
Had a little emblem there.
It had a.
Yep, stick shift.
Clutch pedals.
Let's see that door, see if it says anything. That's a GM on there. Yep, the old
It just says GM Mark of Excellence.
Yep. Yeah, the early ones, they put the VIN in the door jamb on like 64 and stuff, but this is probably up there in the window.
I can't see, it's cloudy.
A little cloudy.
The edge of the phone is cloudy, that's too. I don't see the VIN number in here either. It may be on the firewall. Some of them.
Yeah, I don't see it. It's a lightweight car though, the way they were good for racing. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. The way people just put floor pans in there, you'd be good to go. Get your rear end. I bet you can find one out here. This would be a good project.
Yeah. There's a few old, like I said, there's several that are pretty decent old cars still. Now, some of them have gone plumb down to just parts.
That old wagon over there, is that a Studebaker too?
The yellow one?
The yellow one.
It's a Rambler.
Okay.
It is a Rambler. There's another one. That is a Nash. This wagon here is actually a Nash, I think, before they became Rambler.
Man, that's
A lot of
some design there.
A lot of hardware in that
Yeah.
grill in it.
Yeah, that's hard to find parts in there. That's neat.
58 or 9, I don't 58 I think. Thunderbird 58 or 9. Might be a 60, I don't know. Some of these cars. I used to know most of them, what the age was on them, but now.
You know most of them. I know we walked around and I had to do a little research on a few, but you were right on the money on almost every one of them.
Yeah, I've got a head full of useless numbers like that. But it's getting worse. It's diminishing, slowly diminishing. There's a big 50 model Studebaker truck. Now I've seen some of these trucks with this body style saying there were 49 models, but the only 49 model I ever remember seeing was different from this. These are usually 50 and above.
That's a heavy duty one there.
Oh, yeah,
that frame, wow.
That's a big 2.5 ton truck. I don't know what. I don't remember much
that
about
Cadillac over there. You got a couple of rare Cadillacs in here. That one and that green one. I know the green one's wrecked pretty good, but that car right there, that would be a prize.
Yeah, the pine tree nearly took it out.
Yeah. I
didn't realize these things are. Well, we have the southern pine beetle always takes care of the pine trees around here. They get in them and then they start dying and falling over.
Well, it seems like God's country up here. It's peaceful. I know you said some people come in here and steal stuff over the years, but
they have in the past.
They're looking for easy money. Anything aluminum or steel? Are they looking for parts?
A lot of them just come in and scavenge parts. Okay. You know. They ease in here and, well, they used to want to come and just look, and we'd come and look, and then next thing you know, you come down here and something that you remembered being there for sure was gone. You think, well, I guess they looked and found what they needed and come back later. I don't know.
That tree fell since I've been here, I believe.
Yes, it has. It has.
Little Vega.
Yeah.
Little Vega. Hit about 4 cars. See that Nova up there?
Yeah, there's some 64, 3-4 style, the square bodied.
You got that 68 970 model. Not sure what it is right there by the. It's got a flat roof, but
Yeah. Another one that fell prey to the big limb or something got on it. Now this is kind of the Nova GM junkyard here. That's a 66, 65 or 6 Chevelle, no 66 or 7 Chevelle. And then you got the 3 Nova parts.
yeah, it's 2-door here.
Yeah.
The automatic car. Got the clock, 120 speedometer. Looks like it's got. Let's see the mileage on there.
Thought that might pull over, but it's not going to.
Not giving up. Not giving up. Yeah, I see a quarter panel off on that one. That was a parts car.
Yeah.
I think your brother worked on that
He
one.
may have took the quarter off it and put on something else. Or he may have bought it that way. I don't know.
That was a Malibu. About a 66, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think it's a 65 or 6. I mean 66 or 7, I can't remember.
And you got 2 cabs, little truck cabs. All them rat rodders, they got a whole
Oh yeah.
movement. Rat rod trucks and
Yard art and rat rods, that's about what these 2 old cabs would be left for. And I have no idea what that one is. I think it's an old Ford, but I'm not sure. It's not hardly enough left to tell.
yeah, it is a Ford. That's a Ford right there.
Okay.
I can't make the year out, but we'll look at it. 57 Chevy right beside it. That's a Bel Air. It's 57, yeah.
About 20 patents on there, but I don't know patent numbers. I don't know what they are either.
Look at this rear bumper here. No. Yeah, just peeking at that rear bumper there. Can't remember, they had the 3-piece bumpers on some of them, and the California cars had a 1-piece. Isn't that the way it was on?
I'm not sure
this-
about that.
I might have my years mixed up, but I thought it was on 57. It looks like a one piece to me. But
It is a 1-piece.
I think that's rarer than a. But you know, it's
It's a 1-piece bumper, but it's.
now what's that truck here on this side?
That's going to be a Dodge, I think. An old Dodge.
Yeah, that's old. That is old.
I don't know what exactly what model.
Got part of that fender there, or the hood. That's part of the hood. Yeah, the louvers in it.
Yeah, that's the old, had the old hoods that raised up this way on it, you know. Like the gull wing or whatever kind of hood that raised.
It's got to be 30s, right?
I'd say with the outside headlights like that, it's probably some in the 30s.
I see that gold Chevelle over there, 70 Chevelle. Now those are bringing a bunch of money. Any 70 Chevelle, that's the.
Yeah.
Let's see, I was gonna try to count. I can't remember. Let's see, 1.
I stood down there when we was down there next to those wagons and counted 25 just by looking like that. So I don't have a clue. It would, I think what I'm gonna do, maybe after Christmas, is come down with a can of spray paint and just 1, 2, 3, and go through them like that, because I can stand here and look, and by the time I get down there, I can't remember which ones I've counted and which ones I haven't. So it's just about going to have to be a hands-on touch every car.
Maybe you get a little some round stickers and you put them on the window or something.
Yeah.
Just numbered stickers you buy pre-made, and that way you ain't got to paint. You ain't got to hassle with that. But I don't know.
I don't know what to. It's hard to keep up with how many there are, because, like I said, by the time you walk from one area to another, you forget which ones you've counted and which ones you haven't if you don't mark them.
There's 20 right there from that car to right there, that white car. Yeah. It's 20. So.
And that's only probably a tenth or less.
There's probably 300 on this side of the road.
I would say so. I would think an honest guess would be somewhere between 250 and 300 in this lot. There's a 69 Chevelle.
I think, yeah, I think that might be the 70.
It might be a 70.
This is, I know that it needs a roof, but you could start with a firewall and build the whole car. Let's see, got them square tail lights. That's 70. Okay. It's got a rear end under it. I think you got another one somewhere in here. There's Malibu. Got bucket seats. Yeah, it's and that right there might be that's the 69 right here, this white one. Okay. 68 had a vent window. Right there, had 68. So this.
There's your VIN number on it.
Yeah, it says 69, Kansas, where it was made. It's a VIN. I don't think it's an SS, but
no. It's got the. Of course, I've seen. Now I don't know. Some of them may not be actual really SSs. They may be clones, but I've seen them with straight seats that was SSs. But you never know. Somebody may have put the SS badges on them or whatever. Another 66. No, but it's a 4-door car. No, it's a 2-door car. I can't tell. It's a 4-door car. 64 Chevelle. And I don't know what the difference in a Chevelle and a Malibu is. And I owned one, but it said Chevelle Malibu on it, but it was an SS car. But
what does that say on the side?
Redmond Brothers.
Redmond Brothers. Okay.
Plumbing and heating.
Are they local?
Oh, it was a Huntsville. It was a Huntsville company. And I've got now. You keep wanting to know what's in that building. I've got the full brother to it up there in that building.
Oh, okay.
It's been in there for 30 years.
So it looks a little better than this one, I bet.
It looks a whole lot better than this.
Wow, wow, that's.
But it's still an old
original
plumbing truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it got used pretty good on the road.
Well, it's pretty straight. We chose it over this one, and my brother was going to redo it, and he pulled it in there and started on it, and then life changed. He didn't ever finish it. It's still sitting in there, but it's a 6-cylinder straight shift on the column, 3/4 ton GMC.
That's
59, I think. Yeah, okay. If I'm not mistaken, 59 is the year they doubled the headlights on them. Up until then, they were single headlight. And the one in the building, I may be wrong, it may be a 58, because I believe it's got single headlights, if I'm not mistaken. This is a redneck ranchero.
Home built.
It's a redneck ranchero. It's amazing what you can do with. I don't know how they cut that off. Cutting torch, saw, or something.
So that was a two-door car, or
A two-door car. Two-door Fairlane, or I think Galaxy maybe. It's a Galaxy. Two-door Ford Galaxy.
somebody put some work in on it. That's for sure. They had a desire, or they were poor. You can't, you know, the El Caminos and stuff, you can't put much weight in the back of a car.
No.
It just won't.
No.
It's not a truck.
I bought a 1975 El Camino when I worked at the Chevrolet place in Arab. Brand new, said 75. And it was a two-seater. Had two bucket seats that swiveled out, a console, two people. You couldn't even get a bag of groceries in it. I had it for 5 years. I enjoyed it, but it was.
Did it have a 400 in it, or?
No, it had 350. Yeah.
I made a small block 400 those years.
It was an El Camino Classic.
Two-tone, or?
No, it was solid black on black. Had black vinyl top, black. It was black inside and out.
My favorite cars are black or white, for some reason.
I loved the black. It was the prettiest car rolling when it was, but you couldn't. 5 minutes later, it'd be dusty after you washed and waxed it.
In Alabama, pollen and dust. And
Dust and pollen and one thing or another. It was always something on it.
cat. Leaving footprints on it. Yep. Another pink 57. You had a bunch of these pink 57s.
That was a popular color apparently in this part of the country anyway. The black one there.
That's a 56.
Yeah, it's a 56. Two black 57s and a pink 57.
If there's a 57 person out there, they go to town, get some.
Yeah. We're also getting several rock quarries down on the river.
I heard that boom, yeah.
It's a constant thing. Between them and the FBI people on the arsenal blowing stuff up, it's always some booming going on.
FBI?
They have a explosive training area where the FBI people come in over there and they blow stuff up and try to figure what blew it up and how, you know, and all that stuff. And so it's a training center for the FBI. So there's something constantly blowing up just down in the valley. Clippard, that's a Packard Clipper. That's a Hudson, twin H power Hudson jet. John Penny, Decatur, Alabama.
Well, they say, you know, if we go to war, another country's going to target certain places, a big city like New York, and then maybe Huntsville might be a.
Well, Huntsville would probably be high on their mark because a lot of our military is there now. A lot of all our space stuff and a lot of it hubs right around over there. I don't know, but the FBI's moved in several units over there, training type deal. I don't know, 49, 50 model,
Yep.
Ford.
Yeah, I kind of got that round circle there with the, looks like a Ford did, but shoebox Ford, but yeah.
No, it's not a Ford. That is a Ford. What the heck is that? I don't know.
It looks like a Ford to me, but
I believe
does
it
have
might
an
be a
H in there.
Ford. That looked like an H in the thing, but I believe it was an 8. It's a V8. It's a Ford. You can tell easily by the back end. It's a 49 or 50 model Ford. Oh, we about worked our way into a situation here.
It's a maze. Just
Right.
3 57s in a row there, yep, yep. Well, any of your family watch the video or friends? They give you a hard time about it?
My friends watched it. They
have some tips and pointers, like what you should have done, what you should have said.
No, the only one of them told me, like I said, we should have had a Black Friday sale.
All right. Well,
that's the only. That was after the fact, quite a bit. 69 or 70 Chevrolet parts, truck parts, fender, front fender, bed, tailgate. Tailgate's been kind of like mine, been backed into something. There's nothing in particular I wanted to see in here. I just wanted to figure out the easiest way to get around without having.
Yeah, cat over there in the field.
Oh yeah.
Look like chasing a bird or something. You got horses, cows, and mules, or?
Mules, ponies, donkeys, horses. Got about 8 cows. It's like everything else. Cows is where the money's at right now.
Cows?
Yeah. Cows are high. Skylark, Buick Skylark. So, I guess a 66. See, I don't really know. It's a 4-door, but it was a V8 car. Style 64 4169. I don't know what.
Stick everything but the block.
Right. I don't know. I don't think it's a 64, but it might be. Hard to say. Not enough of the front end left to tell. It's hard to tell from the back end.
That 2-door, that Impala.
Brown car?
Yeah.
That's a Mercury Cyclone, I think. Mercury Cyclone.
Caliente, Comet.
Caliente, okay. I couldn't remember. I knew it was.
It looks bigger than I remember them, but I guess about as big as an Impala to me, but maybe.
It's right here, too.
Yeah, it's got it right there. I think that's a
Comet.
Comet.
Caliente.
Comet. Yep. And this pile of stuff here.
That's just. I don't know what it is, to tell you the truth. It's just a bunch of stuff just pushed up in a pile.
It's going to be the scrap pile, I guess.
It's a scrap pile. It's going to be mostly stuff that's headed to.
A Gremlin. That Gremlin looks complete. Nobody wanted to fix these up back in the day. They just said nobody wants it.
Gremlin was not a very popular car, I don't think.
It's complete. Radio. You got the gauges. Look like I got air conditioning. Neat little car, but
they were unique. They were unique.
Another 4-door 57 behind that white Thunderbird.
Another Gremlin. That yellow car is another Gremlin.
Yeah, yeah, the yellow one.
It's probably.
There's a Chevette over there. That's the newest car I've seen out here. That's close as a Corvette.
Well, that's what I thought when they first announced they was coming out with a new car, was a Chevette, and I thought, well, that's going to be similar to the Corvette, maybe smaller. Well, it was a lot smaller. They didn't last too long, I don't think.
Throwaway cars.
That's when Chevrolet jumped into the small car market trying to survive, I guess.
It's Suburban. This is, man, that's got some rust. A little bit of rust. But.
Oh, yeah.
Sierra Grande. Somebody got the gauges out. Van. Yeah, I never did look at these vans. I meant to.
That's a Chevy.
Got 2 engines in the back, twin engine. That's an old one.
This is a Dodge Sportsman van.
It's pretty complete. Did you ever have a van ride around in? Or?
No. Vans never was my thing.
Even in the 70s?
Even in the 70s, I didn't have a van.
Somebody'd like to have that one, that Dodge. That's, oh, it's got a company name on it too, don't it? Or is that TV service? Is that what it says? Radio and TV.
Yep. Got the yellow pages.
What does it say? CE. What am I reading on there? Is that electrical radio? Central, maybe. Central. That's it. Central radio.
Yep.
Governors at the Parkway.
That's in Huntsville. Governor's Drive in the Parkway.
Find us fast in the yellow pages. And that's, if this thing can talk, this thing can talk. Story to tell.
Yeah, this is kind of a different one.
Yeah, that engine's, that slant 6. The Mopar, that radiator like that is, that's unique design. Unique design, that Dodge. I like these old trucks. All right. I didn't even see that Camaro. That's like when they went to the big aluminum bumpers, 74, 5, 6 were like that. Oh, I don't guess it was just LT. Could have been a 350, but you got type LT on it. Did you ever like these cars, the Camaros and Trans Ams? Or?
I know, I never did care much for them.
Didn't have much trunk room or back seat room. It was just a look. Everybody wanted to look cool in it. That's got tilt column in it.
The Chevelles were more my car, go-to car. I liked them. They were a little bit bigger. That was Kids Garage.
Kids?
Kids, K-I-D-D-S.
That's my friend Ron's name, Ron Kidd. How about that?
It's about gone away, but it was in West Home Street in Huntsville.
Kids Garage. I'll tell him he needs to buy all these cars. He can get this door. Put it on. That's the old wrecker. The big boom on there.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about new cars? Anything out there? You think we got a future in American cars making anything good?
It makes it hard on the people that work on their own vehicles, because all these new cars have gotten so much technology, and so you got to have computer stuff and all that to work on. It's hard to do. A 65 and a 66. I think that's the way them are. The 66 is a 2-door Nova.
I think that's the straight shift one I was looking at. Let's see. I think it was. I don't remember. Can't see in there. I'm gonna peek in there. Yep, that's straight shifting. Shed a little better. That's like original blue paint on there. Oh, it said this was a Super Sport.
SS car.
Yep. This is the prize right here. That's the prize out here. There's that convertible back there.
All right.
Ooh.
I've asked you before, I think that's a Taurus.
Yeah, I've never seen
It's
one of those.
Anglia or English Ford or whatever you want to call them, I don't know, but it was, I guess it was the first Taurus before they made them here in this country. But it was,
Yeah, that's didn't know they made them that long ago. How about that? That names. There's another Chevy too.
yeah.
Got some fat tires on the back of that one.
Yeah,
Like a
some
racer.
shackles make it. they got the rear springs drop down on shackles. That was a big thing back when.
So this, you think your brother drove this one?
No.
No? Okay.
No, he didn't drive that one.
Like an automatic, this one. Look at that. Defroster. I think that one could be saved for sure. Somebody could put that one back on the road.
That's a 66 two-door, but it's been some body parts robbed off it. That's a Volvo over there.
Yeah, old tag. Yeah.
A Volvo.
Guess the goats ate the interior out of this one.
Oh, it rotted out.
It's gone. It's gone. Well, you grew up right here, and you've been on this area for 71?
Well, it'll be 71 years. What's today? 3 days from now, I'll be 71 years old.
Okay, 3 days. Wow, you close to Christmas.
That's
You're
right.
almost a Christmas baby.
That's right.
That's rough. You don't get as many toys growing up. Because, well,
That's right.
Christmas almost here. Wait a couple of days.
That's right. That's what I told somebody. A guy told me one time, the doctor told his mother and daddy to celebrate his birthday in July because he was born on Christmas Day. I said, well, that'd been a good idea. I wish somebody had told my mom and daddy that. Well, we didn't get much of a count, but there's several. We did an estimated count.
Yeah. You got a stack of wheels too. That's some old
yeah.
old slots. Might be a gold mine buried under there. You don't know.
Oh, I'm
All the
sure.
rear ends piled up. Like, you don't know why they pulled rear ends and say, were they good ones? They just...
A lot of these tires and wheels was in that shop when my nephew cleaned it out. He throwed out a bunch of stuff out here. I had to pile it up to get up and down through here. But, so I don't know what they are.
That's kind of rare looking slot too, chrome.
Right.
I figured it'd be in worse shape than it is, but it's, been sitting there a while. Mate, that's a good looking tire on that one. I know it's old, but it wasn't wore out.
Right. This was Daddy's scrap pile. He was always building stuff, so he always needed some scrap to pull out of junk. So that's just different stuff piled up there. Oh, that'd be, you never know when you might need this.
Right.
Throw it in the pile.
That old bike.
Yeah.
Couple of doors.
Well, we didn't go all the way around, but we about made it back to the...
Yeah.
That's old Catalina convertible I was talking about.
Yeah, I didn't know many people with convertible. That's kind of a status thing. Somebody had some money or
somebody that didn't have any money and somebody else wanted to get rid of it because they was tired of getting rained on, or
you want to buy a top. So, well, that's an old car. Ain't worth putting a top on it. You got to have a dozen 57 Chevys. I just saw a couple more over there. Mr. Brooks, thanks for your time. Giving us another lap around the place.
all right. I appreciate you coming out.
All right. So it's for sale. All the cars, all the junk piled up out here on the land.
Everything, yeah, except the land.
Everything but the land.
Everything but the land. All right. If somebody gets an honest, good bid on it, we will work with them on time to get it out and stuff. We wouldn't just immediately say, well, it's got to be out by next Thursday or whatever. You know, we'll work out whatever they think the time limit would be. We don't want anybody to operate a yard from here, but they could have an ample amount of time to move it. And it'll take some work to move it.
Yep, got a little bit of work. All right. Well, send me an email if you got a interest in all the cars out here. Hundreds of old cars. We saw a truck just a little bit ago from the 30s. We got 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. There was a Chevette over there. That goes with it too. So send me an email at junkyardbull@gmail.com, and I will get the message to Mr. Brooks, and y'all can work out the details, get it put together, get a deal worked out. He's ready to let these cars go and to a better place. Not crush, but you might have to crush a couple because some of them are toast. But anyway, we'll see you down the road. Junkyard Life. This is Jody Potter. See you soon.